Some cases begin with a crime. Others begin with a clue. But this one began with a contradiction. It was 12:04 a.m. when Evelyn Hart received the email. No subject line. No message in the body. Just one attachment. A photograph. She clicked it open and her breath stalled for a moment. A woman sat on a bench in Crestwood Park. Body turned slightly away from the camera. Shoulders tense. Wind brushing her hair across her cheek. Head tilted, almost as if she'd heard something behind her. The timestamp on the photo read, yesterday, 6:42 p.m. Evelyn studied the woman's face. Not young. Not old. Early 30s, maybe. Eyes downcast. Clothes simple. But her necklace. Evelyn leaned closer to the screen. A thin silver chain. Holding a small ring. A ring identical to the one Evelyn wore on her own chain, tucked beneath her shirt. Her pulse tightened in her throat. Coincidence? Impossible. Unless. Her phone buzzed. Detective Aaron Wilde. Old contact. Better than most. She answered. Evelyn Hart. His voice came through low, uneasy. We found a body this morning. Evelyn's spine stiffened. A woman. Late 20s to mid-30s. No ID. But. A breath. We think she might be connected to your old case. Lydia. No. Someone else. He hesitated. But there's something worse. Evelyn waited. The photo you sent earlier today? The one from the park. I didn't send you anything, she said quietly. Silence. Evelyn. The woman in your photo. Another pause long enough to curdle the air. Her body was found across the city. At least 12 hours before that picture was taken. Evelyn closed her eyes for a moment. Not fear. Not shock. But the weight of inevitability. Where is she now? Evelyn asked. Morgue. But you should see the park first. She did. Crestwood Park at dawn felt like a memory frozen mid-breath. The early fog hung low, clinging to the grass like a pale shroud. Birds were silent, strange for this hour. Evelyn approached the bench from the photograph. The wood was cold, damp, unmarked. But the air. It hummed with something she recognized immediately. Residual noise. She lowered her gaze. Closed her eyes. Listened. At first, silence. Then, the soft shuffle of feet. A woman exhaling nervously. The faint click of a camera shutter. And underneath it all, a second breathing pattern. Hesitant. Out of sync. Like two versions of the same person moving in the same space, milliseconds apart. Evelyn's jaw tightened. Memory immersion took her. The park reconstructed itself. People strolling. Wind shifting. Leaves rustling. And the woman. Sitting precisely where the picture showed her. Except something was wrong. Her shadow. It didn't align with her body. It split. Just for a second. One shadow lagging behind the other. Like two silhouettes trying to occupy the same moment. Evelyn inhaled sharply. A temporal fracture. Or an identity fracture. Something unnatural. Then, a whisper disembodied brushing cold across Evelyn's cheek. Behind you. Evelyn turned instantly. Nothing. Just fog drifting. But her instincts screamed. Someone had been there. Someone very close. She crouched. Ran her fingers along the dirt. A faint indentation. Footstep. Small. Female. Recent. Another overlapping it. Slightly misaligned. Evelyn stood. The same anomaly she had sensed with the residual sound. Two movements, same person not synchronized. Who were you running from? She murmured. She searched the ground further. Cigarette ash. A torn piece of fabric. And near the base of a tree. A fragment of paper. He picked it up. Handwriting. Planted. Precise. Handwriting that looked familiar. Too familiar. Her stomach dropped. It was nearly identical to her own. Not identical. But close enough to feel like a fingerprint on her spine. The fragment read, "She's coming." Evelyn closed her eyes, steadying her breathing. The air behind the bench shifted. A faint rustle. Like someone stepping back to avoid being seen. When she turned, the fog swallowed whatever had been there. The morgue. The body lay under a thin white sheet. Evelyn peeled it back. The face matched the woman from the park. Same hair. Same clothing. Something was missing. The necklace. The ring. The one she had worn in the photo. Evelyn reached into her own shirt. Felt her chain. Her ring. And a chill washed down her spine. The dead woman's features were peaceful. Almost serene. Evelyn leaned closer. A faint residue of mascara stained the corners of her eyes. As though she had cried. Recently. Hours after she was already dead. Evelyn whispered. What did you see? The air next to her shifted again. Not temperature. Not noise. Movement. A shadow flinched at the corner of the room. Evelyn snapped her head toward it. But it dissolved instantly. Not a hallucination. Not a trick of light. Residual presence. She turned to leave. But at the door something stopped her. A soft voice. A woman's voice. Close. Desperate. Don't let her take my face. Evelyn's blood ran cold. He spun around. The room was empty. The body motionless. Only one thing had changed. On the steel table beside the corpse lay a small folded note. Evelyn picked it up slowly. Her breath caught as she read it. Find the one who walks with my reflection. Signed. Not Lydia. But close enough to be a whisper from the same grave. Fade to black.